Let's go watch it in 2D. No, let's go watch it in 3D. But if we watch it in 3D, then is it worth the cost?
Hello. This is Adolph. I have with me Jake.
Howdy, folks.
And Krista.
Hello.
And welcome to December of 2019, the last month of 2019 and this decade. And this is one hell of a month because we got a lot of 3D movies to talk about coming out this month. So let's start things off with a Fathom event. We got news that Fathom Events are going to have another re-release of a World War I documentary that is remastered in 3D. Jake, do you know what I'm talking about?
They shall not grow old, and I already got my tickets.
It is coming out on December 7th, 17th, and 18th as a Fathom event, and it is in 3D. Jake, you reviewed it, right?
Yep, and I want to know, and I got a question to ask you. Can I put it on my best of list again?
Yes, you can.
It's that good. If you haven't seen it, go.
So this documentary had a very limited release last December, and it got re-released this February to a wider audience, and now it's getting re-released again for Fathom Events because I guess they want to compete with the other World War I movies coming out soon.
And I'm hoping it finally gets a home 3D video release, because I would love to own a copy of this in 3D.
Kristen, you know anything about this or no?
No, this is the first I've heard of it.
So Jake, give us a rundown of this.
Okay, Peter Jackson took 100-year-old footage from World War I, shot in the trenches, and cleaned it up, colorized it, converted it to 3D, then had lip readers read what these guys were saying and dubbed in with dialects of people from similar regions of Britain, because most of the soldiers in this footage were British, and then took recordings that the British War Museum made of World War I vets in the 50s and 60s, talking about their experiences, and has that playing throughout the movie, setting up, telling them about the battles that's in the footage, and telling them what's going on, and basically why they went to war, their experiences, and it is one of the best records of what war really is all about.
That's really cool.
It was my best of. It was my top choice of best 3D movie last year.
So this is a conversion done right.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jake said, the 3D Blu-ray does not currently exist. So if you want to see this in 3D, and Jake, you said the 3D is pretty great here, right?
This is probably one of the best conversions I have ever seen.
You need to see this at Fathom Events.
And also the colorization is amazing too. I hate colorization. I loved this.
So let's keep going. Next movie is a wide release. All the rest of these are wide releases. Jumanji: The Next Level coming out on December 13th. Jumanji looks great to me.
Exactly. It looks like the earlier trailers looked like it was just going to be same-o, that we're going to just repeat what made the first, well, technically it's a sequel to the Robin Williams Jumanji, but it really isn't, but I digress. But it just looks, the later trailers, they're taking the story in all sorts of directions, adding cast members, and it just looks like it's going to be a blast.
Krista, what are your thoughts on Jumanji: The Next Level?
Pass.
Pass? Okay. So, let's keep going here. Let's go to December 20th, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. Now, I am currently in a Star Wars high because I am watching The Mandalorian and absolutely loving it. And I actually really like the last two mainline Star Wars movies. I know everyone hates them, but I do. I was not a big fan of Rogue One or of Solo. I mean, I like them enough. They're good enough, but not great. So I'm excited for Rise of Skywalker. Jake, what are your thoughts on Rise of Skywalker?
I hope it's good, but I'm just sort of Star Wars burnt out.
All right, let's keep going then. So we got one more movie coming out on Christmas Day, December 25th, 2019, and it is Spies in Disguise. Now, we've previously talked about this movie, and the latest trailers kind of shut my mouth because it actually looks kind of good now.
Yeah, I saw the trailer in 3D and I was like, is this the same movie? It actually looks kind of interesting. Like, I actually want to see it because we've gotten a little more information about, like, oh, they're actually after a certain bad guy, and there's like more action in the trailer. It's not just him being a pigeon.
Yeah, this isn't Stop Your Pigeon. This is kind of a Bond movie meets. Well, basically, you've got James Bond and Tom Holland is almost like a Q-like character, and they have a great buddy chemistry. Of course, Will Smith is one of these actors. He has chemistry with almost anybody. So this looks like a good one.
Yeah, it's shocking that how much we basically tore it apart a couple times on the podcast, and now we're kind of like, hey, this actually looks good now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't feel bad about reviewing this. I don't feel like I'm going to land on a hand grenade.
All right, so let's keep going here. For 3DS games, not that I know of, we got nothing. So it's sad, but let's keep going.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah. 3D Blu-rays. Now, we're starting off the month with a really weird movie. I don't know what's going on here, but it's called The Secret Life of Cars in 3D.
Yeah. And it's not a sequel to Cars or Secret Life of Pets. It's an indie movie. $25, and it looks like it's shorts. So, as curious as I am, I'm going to wait for a price reduction before I consider it.
I never heard of this. It just popped up on 3dblu-ray.com or blu-ray.com. And since we don't know that much about it, keep going. So December has a lot of major movies come out, just in case they didn't come out in your region previously. So we'll just kind of run by them real quick because, we talked about these movies a bunch before. Spider-Man Far From Home, great. Secret Life of Pets, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw 3D is getting more release areas. So you might be able to actually find this in 3D instead of importing it from a very obscure location. So, yay!
Yay! Yeah, now I feel less insane for seeing the trailer.
Toy Story 4 is coming out. Now, Long Day's Journey into Night is getting a US release, and Abominable 3D and Smallfoot. So, Abominable, Jake, you reviewed both of these Bigfoot movies.
Uh-huh.
You recommend them both?
Yeah, an Abominable may be called Everest in your region, because for some reason, some markets they call it Abominable, and others they call it Everest. Go figure.
So, yeah, it's interesting that's coming out on Blu-ray so soon. Came out in September, so 3 months. But I wonder if this is going to be censored or not. It's interesting to think about.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like it did irritate some countries, but we will see.
So that's basically it for the 3D releases in December. Okie dokie, that's it from us. Okay, before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, David and Mr. Bengal 5, for your financial support on patreon.com. So that's going to be it for this podcast. You can find us, 3dortootie.com, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and so much more. Just look for 3D or 2D. You can also send us your listener mail. Our email address is email3dortootie@gmail.com. Links are in the description. Thank you for listening and or watching. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.